Our Dead Feb sale is happening right now. It's 20% off everything while supplies last because it's a dead time of year for us and we try to keep everyone in the shop busy, full-time hours. And so to help us do that, we discount the products so you get something for cheap. Valentine's is right around the corner. Even if you're single and dead inside, you might as well buy yourself something for Valentine's. Fits in with Dead Feb, so check them out below. Fleur, I think is how you say it, is a luxury brand created by Tyler, the creator. It's known for its unique lifestyle collection with various colors and harking back to the past, unique boxing and packaging. It's supposed to be this really cool luxury brand, but we've seen over and over again that a lot of times these celebrity brands are just a quick cash grab by slapping their well-known name on a brand, calling it luxury, even though a lot of times it's just Walmart quality. So, to check that, we bought a pair of the Converse X Tyler, the creator 1908 Bronco boot to cut in half and run through all of our tests to really figure out, are these actually boots, or is it just a shoe in the shape of a boot? Is this actually luxury in any way, or is it just another influencer cash grab to squeeze every last penny out of their devoted following? Or did Tyler, the creator, actually make a pretty decent shoe for a decent price that's functional and worth checking out? And just to give you a quick history of the brand, Tyler created and launched Fleur in 2017 as a collaboration with Converse. And basically immediately people loved it because and I'm a big Tyler, the creator fan. Like I love Tyler, the creator. So in 2019, Tyler launches Fleur as a standalone brand. And over the next few years, they would launch anything and everything from ice cream to sheets to sunglasses, cologne, footwear, and just about anything you can think of, which initially people seemed really excited about and hyped about, and they'd buy all the different products with his name on it. But over time, there started to be a few rumbles that the brand maybe was selling out and just putting their name on anything and everything to make a dollar. And just a couple years later, in December 3rd of 2025, Tyler, the creator, took to Instagram to announce that he was ending the Fleur clothing line. But allegedly, the fragrances, the accessories, and some of the other collaborations will still continue. And in his words, he says, just no more full collections of clothing. So is this a sign of the demise of Fleur slowly tanking as people realize that a lot of the products were just cheap? Or is this just the evolution of Tyler, the creator's brand? And I'm hoping that this boot will tell that story. So what is this boot? Well, the brand is Converse X Tyler, the creator, or Fleur. The style is a 1908 Bronco boot in green. They weigh 1 pound, 13 ounces. Retail, honestly, for fairly affordable, 150 bucks, all things considered for boots. They're made in Vietnam, and the way they position this product is an archival high top boot inspired by the 90s. Featuring a suede upper, rubber toe overlay, brass eyelets, and welted lug outsole. Welted lug outsole. That's for sure not true. Comes with 2 sets of laces, 1 solid, 1 two-tone, accented by a cursive logo lace jewel. So one, right off the bat, I have a strong feeling that this is not a welted lug outsole. That is more than likely wrong. But let's first look at the quality of the leather. Because this is leather, you know, it's definitely a thin leather. You can feel it's an actual suede because how like soft and loose it is. That's one of the benefits of suede, but at the same time, because it's so soft and it stretches and it's so malleable, you lose a little bit of the shape. And it's not nearly as durable because if you look at that cross section, it's missing that smooth grain pattern that keeps all these loose suede fibers together. It's 150 bucks for a boot. You know, it's not the craziest thing to see suede. But if you're actually making this a boot, you would want to use something other than suede. So is that a sign that it's a terrible boot, overpriced? I don't think so. I think it's about what you'd expect. Ideally, you wouldn't see suede, but at least it's leather. But that's not the only piece of leather, or at least seeming leather, because if you look at the inside, this nice full leather lining on the inside here, bet you couldn't guess it, not leather. That is all fake leather. We did a quick burn test on it, and as you can see, just completely melted and fell apart. And the problem with that is the one spot that your foot makes contact with the rest of your boot is on the inside, and that's where you need that leather to be durable. You need it to absorb your sweat. You need it to breathe, and when it's fake leather, it's basically like having a plastic bag around your foot. So for a casual shoe, it's okay, but if you're actually using these for any kind of boot use, that would not fly. And honestly, I'd rather have a fabric lining rather than plastic, because it really does just trap all your heat, all your vapor, makes it really hot and sweaty. They stink really fast that you start wearing through this material because, let me just show you how weak it is. I'm just taking the edge of the knife, just scraping it along the top. So you see this is just a plastic top coat. Look at it stretching. Look at that. That is not what you want for durability. And then underneath, you can see it's just fabric and foam. So your foot is literally completely surrounded by a plastic bag, essentially. But once again, it's 150 bucks. It wouldn't necessarily expect a full leather lining. This is starting to shade more towards this is just a shoe in the shape of a boot, because you wouldn't choose either of those materials if you're actually making it a boot. But you know, it is a designer luxury collection, you know, but at least for me, like if I was gonna spend the money and it was gonna look like a boot, I'd want it to at least perform like a boot. And then on top of the lining issue, you know, actually, why is that wet? That's gross. A lot of people have no idea that Rose Anvil started as a leather goods company and especially a camera gear company, because in 2018, we launched our very first, well, second Kickstarter, raised $500,000 for a camera harness. COVID hit immediately after, and so we started cutting boots and shoes in half from a professional leather worker's perspective. And then that whole thing happened, you know, now we're nearly at 1 million subscribers. But I finally got around to designing all the rest of the camera gear that I've been wanting to release for like the last 5 years, starting with the little slim wrist strap, cinches down, hand sewn. It's our belt thickness leather, so it's super sturdy. Our slim neck strap, same kind of concept. Really simple attachments, solid brass, hand sewn details, a little neck piece there. The lasso link, which is one of my favorites because this thing is super articulate. You see all these little individual pieces and how they flow and move around. Our Lone Bandit that you've probably heard me talking about plenty, that holds one camera at about as comfortably as humanly possible because it distributes your weight over a larger surface area. And then the Big Daddy, the full Bandit harness. This carries 2 to 3 cameras, because you can get a third camera attachment with the Pro package, and everything is designed by me and handmade right here in the shop. So if you need to get some Christmas gifts, some birthday gifts, if you need to upgrade your camera gear, or if you got an old camera just sitting around, you need a good excuse to pull it out, get yourself a little strap, check them out below, and thanks for supporting our handmade leather goods that makes this whole channel possible. That's for the insole, just a pretty simple insole, just looks like some Ortholite open cell foam. Then on the inside you can see that is just stromal stitched together, so that is basically a sneaker style construction. You see it in boots from time to time, but that's definitely more of a sneaker construction. And speaking of boot versus sneaker, what did they say? It was like a welted lugged outsole. It's definitely some lugs, and this is what you usually would assume is the welt, is the way that the upper and the outsole are mechanically fastened together, because you have a stitch line going down and to the inside of the boot, which is called welting. But is this even a real welt? Well, if we just put our knife on the side here, you can see it's all glued together. If I really get in there and pry in there, even taking a little chunk out, you can see that that's just vulcanized together. And as I get deeper inside of that, you can see there's no stitches going to the inside there anywhere. Not a single stitch. So I'm willing to bet just about anything that this is a fake welt. So even on the one thing that they said was, you know, like the luxury, or not the luxury, but the high quality thing, for sure fake. It's not even, there's no way it's real. But I don't know for sure. You know, because Doc Martin's got a sneaky way of doing a welted construction. I would be shocked. So now, let's cut these in half and see if it is actually a welted boot. What's hidden on the inside? Is this just a cash grab, or is it somehow worth the 150 bucks they sell these for? All right, we got it cut in half, and now it's time to finally see if Converse is lying about this being a welted boot, or is this just a cash grab? And if you guys aren't subscribed, consider pushing that little subscribe button, because that's how we afford to buy brand new products, just to hold these brands accountable, to see what they're telling the truth about, what they're lying about. Is it cash grabs? Is it just influencer hype? That's what we're here to figure out. So now, let's see what's inside. Fleur. What is it? Very basic on the inside. Lots of columns through here to give you a little bit of squish, but most importantly, is it actually welted in any way? No. You can see that welt goes underneath with my Lander 5-pointer. That welt sneaks underneath of there, but that's just vulcanized or glued together. There's no stitches going anywhere on the inside. You might look at that stitch and say, oh, that's a stitch, but that is not the same stitch that's the welt stitch. That's probably just the lining and the upper being sewn together. So Converse, you're wrong. That is not a, what do they say, like welted lugged outsole, because you can't really call it welted if there's a stitch line, you know, because the welt's purpose and functionality is attaching the upper to the bottom of the boot. And so if it's not doing that, it's not a welt. It just looks like a welt. So that's a bummer. I thought for sure it's gonna be an actual welted boot. So then how much fake junk is inside this boot? Well, it's got a fake leather lining. It's got a fake description of this being a welt when it's clearly not. And I was shocked that it is truly a double layer. So I was really surprised that it's rubber on top of the leather. So at least they got that going for them. So there's some fake stuff in there, and they could definitely clean up the description and be a little more accurate with their advertising. I don't think anyone really mistake this for like, oh, I thought it was gonna be a work boot. I was really depending on it. But at the end of the day, you still want accurate information, even if it is a more stylish boot, because it does make a difference. Because this vulcanized construction will not last nearly as long as a welted construction, because it's just glue or vulcanizing holding it together versus lots of heavy stitching and multiple layers. So it does matter as a consumer, even if it is a stylish boot. Are they actually boots or just sneakers in the shape of boots? That's more what they are. They're more just sneakers in the shape of the boot, which is okay, you know, as long as you understand that you're not gonna be using these for what their intended use looks like, a bean boot or a duck boot, you know, where you're gonna get some water protection out of it, because you're not gonna get any water protection with the no gusseted tongue. It's not gonna act like a boot because you don't have like the thick enough leather or the actual leather on the inside. Is it luxury? Not even close. Is it luxury compared to some other luxury brands we've seen? Yeah, we've seen some really terrible luxury, but this is not luxury by any means. Is it just an influencer cash grab? Do I think it's worth 150 bucks? It seems like it's not much for 150 bucks, but you compare it to the rest of what Converse does and it's still within the ballpark of giant corporate crappy footwear. You know, it's not 300 bucks. If it was 300 bucks, the tone of this video would be completely different. So I still think it's a little bit overpriced for what you get, but you know, at the end of the day, it has the influencer involved with it. It's got all this fancy branding and marketing associated with it. So I honestly don't think it's a terribly priced boot. I think it's more positioned wrong than anything. But you know, I just hoping a little bit better from Tyler, the Creator. But I still love them. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know what other influencer or celebrity cash grab stuff you want me to cover, because the market is rife with that kind of stuff. And thank you guys for your support. That's what keeps these giant corporations and celebrities honest about what they're actually selling to us as consumers. The only way to keep them accountable is to literally rip their stuff in half and show you exactly what you're spending your hard-earned money on. So thank you guys. See ya.